All right, so good morning, and it is my intentional parenting journey. We have one of my favorite inner circle couple. You want to listen to the Ogajis, all right? And they have an interesting story. In fact, anytime that I look at them, I'm like, wow, what a journey! What an amazing journey! And there's something about Mr. Sylvester Ogaji that I just love is the way he carries his family on his head. I mean, sometimes I'm like, oh God, allow us to breathe. Some of us feel like, oh
Yes.
God, allow us breathe now. If I'm on the phone and I'm calling Mr. Sylvester, you hear, oh my love, please can you say, I'm like, oh God, come on. We're in a meeting, calm down now.
Even the children are threatened.
The,
I
Mr.
just have to
Ogaji
fulfill the law
He's
of God.
always he's always pressing me, always pressing us. We're very prepared, sir. Good morning, and thank you so much to the Ogajis for joining me. You can see that both of them are in the car. They're at work, and Mr. Ogaji is, in a service that, sometimes when the others actually take up to be here, I'm usually, I lack words. I am excited this morning to have you guys with me. And your journey is one of the journeys in the academy that gives me so much gladness. As in, when I remember it, I'm so excited. I'm so, happy. And today, the TIP parents and the parents all over will be opportune to hear your story. And I'm particularly excited about that. And thank you so much for coming to share your story with us. One of the interesting thing about this marriage is that this is a family, an infused family, all right? And you're going to be learning so much from them, all right? When you say, oh, families that are not just, one thing that, that I love about the inner circle is that there's everything up for everybody and about everybody. And that is one of the journeys that they are going to be sharing with us today. So over to you, Ma. Let's start with Wemi. Let Wemi tell us how she got to know about the inner circle and how she dragged her husband into the inner circle. Over to
Good
you, Ma.
morning, ma'am. Good
Good
morning,
morning.
ma'am. I'm so honored to be here. Thank you so much, Coach, for all that you do. God bless you for taking this call.
Ma.
Thank you. TIP. I was on a platform on WhatsApp, and one of those days I'd muted the platform because so much used to just come in. And so on one day I just saw sex educate your child like a pro flyer. And I was like, which one is this one again? So I clicked, and then it took me to register. And then I registered and I was like, what is happening in this place? I don't understand. So I saw the name. I said, Coach Wendy Ologe. Ologe is a Yoruba name. Wendy is an Igbo name. Okay, let's go and find out who this woman is. And then I jumped in. I came to YouTube. I saw a lot of videos and I was wowed. Where have I been? I am this kind of person that anything, as much as I'll get knowledge, I just want to go and learn. Whether it's by my profession, it's not my profession. I just want to learn. And so I just jumped in. I was so glad. I saw a lot of content and I was wowed. And so I didn't even tell my husband. I joined the Sex Educate, the Your Child Like a Pro challenge. I followed through, and throughout the session, I was literally like almost in tears on all the sessions because I'm like, where have I been? I'm learning new things, although these are things that you would not even understand that it's supposed to be like this. There's no structure to actually put it in place. And after then, I now told my husband, I said, hey, honey, I found something new. I think it would be nice for us to listen to it. And then the conference was now advertised on the Sex Educate Your Child Like a Pro. And then we joined in for the conference. Man, throughout the conference, hey, my head was on fire. And I was wondering if this is what this place is all about, then I just have to be there. My husband was still like dragging feet. I didn't even mind him. I just signed up. I did not even mind him. I just
Remember,
signed up. I
remember, I even said, is there any manual for parenting? That was what I told you.
He said it though. He said, which manual are you people getting for parents? I said, whether there's manual or not, I will sure want to find out. I signed
Hmm.
in. When I told him I signed, he just called me. I saw a link on that CIP thing that you told me. I said, yes, so join. And we were added to our cohort. And I started going. I went to the website. Although that was last year, I got most of the guides and everything. It does not really make much meaning. But when we entered, hmm, the mini seated well. The mini was very, very seated in me. And I was just like, wow, this is happening. And that was how we came to CIP and we are rooted.
Amazing, amazing. Mr. and Mrs. Ogaji. All right, this is a family that is a blended family, and there's a lot to learn from them. Too much, too much to learn from them.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go to Mr. Sylvester. Tell us, sir, when you now finally got in, when they finish dragging you, and you now finally finish saying that there is no manual, and you now finally got in, what was your first experience?
Hello, coach. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you
Yes,
now.
yes.
My network
Yes, we
is a
can hear
little
you.
bit bad here.
Oh, so
Oh,
sorry about that.
Can you hear me, coach?
yes,
Yes, we can hear
yes.
you, sir.
I have to try and change my network. Okay, please, can you just repeat that again, please? Sorry,
Okay,
I didn't get that.
that's fine. That's fine. I said, so when you finally got into the academy, you finally got into the inner circle, and you saw what was happening, what was your first experience after Bemi dragged you, put you on the she literally put you on a cart and dragged you into the place. So what was that thing that was it for me? What is it
Huh,
that made you
coach.
stay? 'Cause- yes, sir.
Yeah, network.
Oh dear.
Hmm.
Okay.
I
So we are
guess
going to
network is.
yes. We're going to be waiting for Mr. Gaji
Okay,
to fix his network. Okay,
yes,
he's back. Okay.
I'm back. Thank you very much, Ma.
Yes, sir.
Hmm. Since I was giving birth to the kind of surprise I saw the first day on TIP is a surprise that I kept telling my wife every day. When you talked about the slumber party, the first welcome party, everybody went and dressed up. They went and wear their agbada, hoping to come and dance, put on their camera and dance. You humbled everybody. Oh my God. I will never forget that first day. But I suspected that this first day, this thing is not a party. It's like this is to groom our wings. So I told my wife, let's be careful.
Oh my God.
Coach,
Hmm.
from the beginning of the party to the end, nobody talked. We were just calm. I said, this is something I've never seen in my life, and there is more to this. In fact, I became more interested than her. I said, I want to know.
Hmm.
In fact, let me tell you a secret. I don't even like hearing your voice because your voice is always itching in my ear.
I
I said,
used to play videos now. I'll just play it and leave it in the room for him and waka.
I will tell my wife is that, oh, this woman again. This woman with her voice that used to go into somebody's brain, and turn things around. And I later realized that it was because there are things I needed to correct in me
Mm,
as a father. So
mm,
at the point I get to understand that this is a calling, and I should listen to that voice. On my own, I don't play your videos at home. Oh. I used to play them when I get to the office. When I get to the office, I just play them, put my earpiece. As I'm reading, I'll be listening at the same time because I like multitasking a lot. So I learned a lot the first day, and it was something I never regretted involving myself. It's a
mm.
movement, and I want to say thank you for that, coach.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sylvester Ogaji. You know, when the women in the inner circle that have their husband at this place, powerful women, something happened and baby just called me and said, I have reported you to coach. And that was the end. It was a very funny scenario. I said, women that know how to use their power. I have reported it to coach and matter settled. In fact, Mr. Sylvester just came very submissive. And
I have
I
no
want to
option.
say,
I have no option than
thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for being that person that would listen. And thank you so much for all that you do. You know, when he's one of the popping wives of Inasec, Association of Popping Wives, these
Yes,
ones,
oh,
they don't do anything. They just stay in the
honest.
background. Their husbands are doing the book review, they are doing the tools, they are just
Wallahi.
shining teeth and just
Yes, oh,
feeling good. Like
yes,
sometimes I'm like, these women, I don't even bother them because they don't want to be bothered.
at all.
Thank you so much. All right, so when you tell me what was that thing that got you stuck in the academy? All right, apart from your husband, now your husband has taken a front seat. You are the back seat. But what
Yes.
was that thing that got you? That got you, and how were you able to do it in such a way that this man has taken over the whole thing? In fact, sometimes I'm looking for you. You're not even anywhere. I just see your husband and I say, okay. What was that thing, ma'am?
Thank you, coach. It
Mm,
was structure for me.
mm.
Like
her network is bad. Can,
6,
can I take over for her?
6
No, we can hear
a.m.
her. We can hear
Can you
her.
hear me, coach?
Okay.
Yes, we can
Can
hear
you
you,
hear me?
ma'am.
Okay,
Yes.
6 a.m. Packham message for the day has dropped. Like since December 1st up till this morning, it has not missed one. It has not gone by 1 minute late. That was structure. And I was like, if this person could be so disciplined like this, to have trained our team members to always be on time. Hey, coach, before now, if I tell you I am coming by 9, expect me by 12. Excuse
Bless you.
me.
Sorry.
I am still a work in progress.
Hmm.
Even I have colleagues that will tell me, when you tell me 9 o'clock, I know it's 9:30 event. So that dragged me like, okay, if this person can do it, I also can do it.
Hmm.
Hmm.
The structure of how everything is organized. When you go to the website page, I don't know if the others have visited that page. Omo, you guys need to see. Everything there is detailed. And I'm like, wow. So if this woman can achieve this, then I can. And I'm this kind of person that always wants to learn.
Hmm.
Always. Always. My dad was a mathematician and a statistician. So
Oh, wow.
I have this thing about just learning. Just go ahead and learn. As long as it is learning, you will get even just one. You will get.
Hmm.
And I won't tell you like I've gotten more than one.
Hmm.
And then I came because I felt like, okay, yes, we are a blended family. How do we do it? How do we do it? I have people tell me that I just have to wing it. This life no balance, Jare. Just go with the flow. Everybody will be fine. Last. But
Mm,
somewhere in my mind, excuse me, I feel like there should be a better way. And so after going through some of the guides I got last year, and then we now entered in December. Hey, I was like, thank you, Jesus. This is where I will have to be. I've just found a resting place because
mm,
now I know that I don't need to struggle. I know that I don't need any kind of other thing. Just be here. And that
mm,
has just gotten me stuck. And it is always new. Every day,
Every day.
every day,
Yeah.
every day. At the induction party, oh my God. We, like my husband said, we could not say pimp. We'll look at ourselves in the face. We'll turn to the screen again. We'll look at ourselves. We'll turn to the screen again. And literally, like 1 hour after the session ended, we were still very just
Calm.
mute.
Yeah.
We were just calm, trying to digest.
Hmm.
At first, I was like, hey, I hope this is not going to be too much. But hey, I can do it. I was just consoling myself within my spirit. I don't know what my husband was thinking at that point, but in my own spirit, I was
For
saying
me,
to myself, I can do it. I will try. Is this structure? Okay, they say we should have time. I will have the time. Time I will have. I must have. And that has gotten me stuck. And it's so amazing. It's not something I ever regretted. It's so
hmm,
amazing. It's so amazing.
amazing, amazing. When we said that this was a resting place, I like the way that Yada's name inner circle different kinds of things. A resting place. Everybody comes with their own name. And I just love the way that it means different things for different, people. Professor Chris Isweke said that induction, though. Even me, I finished the induction. I was quiet myself. Yes, and I said, I hope I have not scared these people. And
Because
everybody
you
was,
did,
was quiet, everybody was
you did.
completely quiet. All right, so Mr. Sylvester, please
Yes,
share with
ma'am.
us, how has the inner circle transformed your life, your parenting journey, your marriage, and even work? Share with us, sir.
Wow. Coach, one, I can yell, I
Hmm.
can flog. I'll not lie to you. I'll be as blunt as possible here. The reason is we have more boys than girls. We have 4 boys and we have 2 girls. At the point, the way we were raised was to ask you just to give you command, go and do this, go and do that. So it was like a military base where they tell you what to do per time.
Hmm.
So you that communication is not there. You don't even sit and gist. But it turned around though when I came into the inner circle. At least I know that I can talk to my children. We can gist. We can talk about things, and it has really transformed me
Hmm.
in the way I look at my children. That is one. At work, in fact, you can ask my wife. When you annoy me at work, I transfer that aggression into reading more, up to a point where I set a target that every week, if anybody annoys me, what I'll use to console myself is to get a certification.
Hmm.
On a serious note, I never knew I can even do some things until just, I think about 2 weeks ago, when I was arrested on the corridor, and taken to go and deliver a lecture. When I spoke there, they were asking me, "Where did you get this from? And
mm,
you have been here with us for a very long time. How did we not know that you can talk like this?"
mm,
The way I even write memos at work is completely different as compared to before.
mm,
Bring a mail to me, I look at it critically from the perspective of who is writing it, from my own perspective, and you that is assigning it to me. And all these
mm,
skills are skills I got from Inner Circle. I wasn't like that. Yesterday evening, I told my son something when I was barbing my hair. I barb myself. Nobody barbed me. I cut my hair myself. I told him that, you see, the way I'm cutting my hair now, I am cutting this hair. I'm using my mind to see my head. I'm not using my eyes. What was I trying to teach him? Focus.
mm.
That even at your back, you can still see your back, even when you don't have eyes there. So Inner Circle has really transformed me when it comes to the way I handle things. Although, coach, you know that the yelling is not just one day. Oh. I will confess, I'm still yelling. I'm still yelling, oh, but it has really, really gone down.
But it has reduced.
It has. And I always, whenever I yell, I immediately transform that yelling into a teaching moment.
Mm.
I will realize that what I've just done is wrong. And I'll bring the child close to me and then educate him about that particular thing. Those are the principles I applied. And I learned them from the Inner Circle. I will just be as blunt as possible. Thank you, ma.
Amazing. We have the Ogaji, Sylvester, and Wemi Ogaji sharing their journey. Sylvester and Wemi Ogaji had an interesting story. They have a blended family. A blended family means that you had, a family before and then you blended with a new family again.
Mm,
And of course, the challenges that come with parenting is one side. And then the challenges that come with a blended family is
Hmm.
another conversation. Wemi, I want you to
Mhm.
speak to how has the inner circle helped you to navigate the challenges of a blended family? I know that there are a lot. I know that they are work in progress, but what has been the progress that you have made so far?
Hmm. Thank you, coach. It was when I came to Inner Circle, I understood that my marriage is a blended family.
in fact, we have never heard that word before. A
I've never
blended
heard that
Mm,
family.
word before. I have never heard it before. So when I came home, I told my husband, I said, we're in a blended family. He said, what is blended family? He went to Google and checked. And Google told him, he said, no, we are one family. I said, no, yes, we are one, but we are blended. And it's a whole lot. And I won't tell you lies. The journey was not easy at the initial stage.
Yeah.
We've
mm,
been married for 3 years now.
3 years, yeah.
Yes, we've been married for 3 years now. And by the time we came together, coming from my own part, just single with a single mother, just doing her life with her child. And then getting to meet my own husband, that as at the time I met him, he was a widower and he has kids. And I'm like, okay, I love children. We'll just carry all of us together. Oh, yeah, 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 bring them. Just like that. No prior notice even to the
mm.
children, no communication to the children. We just said, okay, okay, let's just go. Yes, we love ourselves. We can manage it. We'll just.
Yeah.
And then we got married and we brought our children together to live under the same roof with us. And then we started.
The journey
And I was
started.
like, the journey started. And I was like, God, what kind of thing is this? You are not doing this the way it's supposed to be done. You are not doing this. Hey, Coach, you forgot something, that I'm even in an intertribal marriage to come and now top it
Mm,
up.
mm.
So, you know, a blended family has its own cross.
And it's a tribal marriage.
An intertribal marriage
I
has
agree
its
with
own
you.
God. And I'm trying to wonder, and I keep looking for solutions up and down, up and down. But when we got to inner circle, hmm, like I said, my resting place, I just knew that, yes, if I follow through, we can achieve it. And I kid
Mm,
you not, coach, tremendously, we have we have progressed.
Of course.
We have really, really progressed. I now understand my children, that okay, it's coming from this point. I have raised a girl all by myself. He had boys, and I also gave him a boy child. So we
And
have
so,
four boys,
thank you. Thank
one
you.
girl, and an adopted child, a girl as well. So, which makes us have two girls in the house and four boys. Hmm. I don't know how to raise a boy. Although I have siblings, I have siblings I've helped in one way or the other parent their son, but it's never like your own. So,
mm.
coming from that angle, it was difficult. And I was like, okay, but the girls don't do it this way. Why is it that the boys will come and do it this way? And each time you give us a task to do, our connection tools, hey, I was like, okay, this is it. Hmm, this is it. And then we started reading books and the webinars. Everything just started forming up. I now have a place where my son can come and hug me. I'm not
Yeah.
I'm not jittery. He can come, mommy, I love you. I can tell him I love you. My daughters can go to their father and say, hey, daddy, what's up now? In our days when we are raised, who born you? Yeah, Abi, you came from another planet to come and say, daddy, how far now? Hey. Hmm. But the inner circle has really, really humbled us the more, in order to know that there's a proper way to do things, there's
Yeah.
a better way to do things. And until we got that knowledge, we had really struggled. I won't tell you lies. And that session, I dragged him to you. It made it. Coach said, I will not agree. You want to cobalize one of my inner circle fathers.
In
And
fact,
I'm like,
she came to me to come and I said, no, no, no. That's one of my best inner circle fathers. No, ma, you won't do that. What?
and I was
No. He
like,
said, He said, ma,
so
no.
the case was like, you carry one person to police station, and then you are the one that was detained.
Oh my
And then
goodness.
by, by the time we now entered and I saw Coach Kunle, I was like, that's finished. Coach has kukuma scatter me. And then she now wanted to run. She said, okay, I'll leave you guys here. I said, leave what? You stay. Oh, yeah, sit down. And when Coach Kule started telling us, Coach Kule is our coach's husband, the governor. He is a marriage counselor. And I'm like, I brought the parenting matter here. You took me to marriage
To,
counselor. Hey, I don't enter one chance.
mm,
But by the time the governor started talking to me,
Mm.
I was like, okay, okay, I do not understand this part. I didn't know that things can be this simple. You
Yeah.
understand? And after speaking to us that day, we went back home, and my husband was just like, thank you for bringing me out here. And in my mind, I was like, thank you. How? Because even me, all the giddy, 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 the tension in my body has just been subsided. And
Coach,
it
I
was,
forgot to send you a thank you message. Oh.
it
It
was,
was lifesaver. Thank you for that moment.
but seriously, it was a time that
What's it?
it has taken to the edge, and I did not know what to do. But thank
Mm,
God that I found TIP before that time. What
Mm.
would
mm,
I have said if I did not find TIP before that time?
mm,
Perhaps I would have said, okay, the marriage has gone. God
mm,
forbid, you know.
mm, mm.
But I'm not kidding you, kid. That day that I sent you that voice notes, I was at the gas station buying gas. I had to park. I was in tears. I
Mm,
did not know what to do. But I knew that I had somebody that I have taken up to. It was Mrs. Notch that said that the Holy Spirit was the one that directed her to you. After
Yeah.
I got to go and look at your name online, I resonate with it within my spirit. And the Holy Spirit was telling me that you are in the right place. Just calm down. It will evolve. Just calm down.
mm,
And I'm like, okay. So if I'm in a place that I've been told to rest,
mm,
then I have this person that I know can give me the rest. Let me talk to her. Let me
mm,
just try that once. And that was why I called you. And to think that if it was not in a I did not know you. I don't even know what mentoring is all about before now. You know, I just know that okay, you have all those big aunties, big uncles that you can just go and then they will come and sell their fear and leave their trauma through you by advice.
mm, mm,
Hmm. And then
mm.
after we saw you, my marriage took a new turn.
Wow.
Although before now we've been very understanding of ourselves, you know. We understand, we communicate. But you know, the point at which the governor said, don't allow the children to set you guys up against yourself. I was like, whoa. Because that was exactly what the children were up to. And you see, oh, they are just being their own children. No arms, no evil intention.
Mhm,
But they have taken us to set us against each other, and we are not even seeing it.
mm,
If not that we were in TIP, I wouldn't have known how to navigate that position, that
mm,
particular season in my
mm,
marriage.
mm,
I wouldn't
mm,
have. Perhaps it would now have hit the rock. And then they will now say, ah, that's how it used to be.
mm,
You understand? You say, nobody can even do it self. That's how it used to be. They will not
mm.
link it to one generational whatever that is not existing. That is not even, they don't even know that it's just the seasons of life that is just playing in.
Mm,
They, we need knowledge,
mm,
and people need to avail themselves for knowledge to be
mm,
able to do things
mm,
in a
mm,
better way. There's a
mm,
better way.
mm,
There is
mm,
a better way. The scripture said there is a way that leads to the city.
mm, mm.
If you don't know the way, it will weary you.
Yes.
And this way that me, Oluwagbemisola, and my husband are found. We die here, coach. We will not go, you know.
You know, yeah.
When I told my husband, I said, baby, see, let's just honorably redo this level one again. Because even though we've not done 30%, we saw these changes, you know, because it took a
So much.
long time to drag ourselves to be able to unite, to do, you know, things that you don't do. And we have teenagers. our foster daughter is a younger adult.
Mm.
So we are the ones that the 10,000 lions are actually chasing. We have
And
a
there's no
younger
lion
adult.
anywhere. There's no
Mm.
lion anywhere.
We have
Mm.
a younger adult. We have a teenager. We have the middle-aged one. We now have a
Mm.
toddler.
Mm.
So you see that
It's
everything
complete.
modeled up inside one home, under
Mm.
one roof. Ah,
Mm.
my head
Mm.
would have exploded if not for
Mm.
TIP.
Mm.
And God has just used you to bless me. I don't know of another yard. I don't know of another person outside to bless me, to save my home, and
Mm.
make me to still be Mrs. Ogaji. Because I
Mm.
kid you not, that day, you know, in the last one, I said, if you don't answer me, I don't know what will come out. But let it be said that I told you.
So when we sent me an SOS message, I just saw the message and I was literally, so I stopped everything I was doing. So now this is the beautiful thing about me and the inner circle parents. I have been, when you get into the inner circle, it for me is a responsibility. So it's beyond just you paying, getting into the inner circle and just being there. No, I see it as I'm going to answer to God to your process tomorrow.
Yes.
So when a yada reaches out to me, I'm like, I have a responsibility. It's an obligation for me. It's beyond that. Oh, so this person has now paid, and then if you learn, you learn. If you don't learn, you don't learn, and all
Mm.
of that.
No,
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 no, no,
no,
no.
no.
For me, it becomes like it's a calling for me. So the day I received that, I just saw voice note, voice note, voice note. And she's not the active person in the yard. It's a Sylvester that is the active person. So it was shocking to see her messages. I'm like, I don't think she has ever reached out to me before. That will be the first time she's reaching out
Yes.
to me because she has no really reason, really. Because her husband is the one. In fact, it's her husband that we do video, them
Ye-
reading on the bed. They used to pepper us with reading on the bed. They will read to themselves. They will review themselves. They will do video. They will send to their cohort. I'm like, hey, you people should welcome. And all of a sudden, she was sending me that SOS. I just said, you know what? Where are you? You are in Abuja. I said, that even makes it awesome. Please, I said, tell your husband that please, we would like to see him. And he was like, I was like, will he come? He said, ma, he
Why
will
not?
come. Because once I mentioned that coach said that he will jump there. And true to her words, that same day, they were done from work and they were seated and waiting. And for me, that's one of the things that I love about the academy. The access, the ability to see things from different perspectives. I love what
Mm.
Bemi said when she was talking. She said, you will talk to people that you see. She said, I didn't know what mentorship used to be. I thought it was just having big uncles, big aunties. Then you can't tell me that this is what is happening in your marriage. They will sell their fears and leave your trauma through you. In fact, for me, that's a takeaway from this session. If you do not have the right people say, oh, no third party in marriage. No, no trusted. If you need trusted third parties, not
Yes.
your family and friends, not your mother and your uncles. No,
At all.
trusted people you can trust with the deepest of the knowledge. And the truth of the matter is that sometimes you have a marriage that is already going well, but there's
Mm-hmm.
an aspect of it that is wearying you. And then when
Mm-hmm.
that marriage now, these are people are going to say, I thought they were doing okay. I
Mm.
thought they were lovebirds. I thought that, but there are things that were there and you couldn't get yourself to really be able to share some of those things. And I am really grateful to, the master conclave, that's the governor, and every time that I have marriage, I'm like, please, sir, yeah, we need you right here. And I'm so happy that that was, a turnaround for this family. Mr. Ogaji, let's go over to you.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
their testimonies are so big, so many. So we're going to try to, compress them. Share with us, sir, what was What was the best webinar that you attended, and why was it the best? You can name the top three. What did it do to you? Why? What happened to you when you watched those webinar? What did it change about
Oh,
your marriage and your parenting?
coach, let me start. I'll start from top down. I'll start from the most recent one.
Hmm.
In fact, I was just telling my wife some few days that the first time in my life to hear what they call financial trauma. Honestly, I never knew that anything existed like financial trauma. I've never come across it in any book. I've never read about it. It has not even occurred to me to even Google it to read about financial trauma. But just some few days ago, everything you said in that webinar, in fact, it humbled me. Do you know that after watching it, I was busy in the office. I was doing a task. I was listening to you. After I left the office, I paused whatever I was doing. Ask my wife. It is that one was so unusual. I have to listen. I listened to it about 3 times to make sure I get everything and now compare it with myself. Coach, in fact, financial trauma is dangerous. It can kill. On a serious note,
Hmm.
and as a father of so many children, in fact, it can give you a heart attack. So that webinar was, I, you see that I was the way I'm even saying it, up to the point that I didn't even bother about the title, but I know it has to do with financial trauma. And
Hmm.
another one that I can never forget is the yelling. So no, you did a webinar on connect to correct. In that webinar, I studied computer science. I love network.
Hmm.
When you were talking, I was just looking at what I do at work, and I was relating it. If 2 points don't communicate, how can they transmit data?
Hmm.
Those 2 points must communicate, and the communication must be secure. So, how am I securing the communication between myself and my children?
Hmm.
Honestly, that webinar really turned me around.
Hmm.
And I took advantage of that webinar to the point that I made my boys and my girls, they started giving me letters upon letters that I even got tired of them. I say, oh, well, calm down now. You want to finish the book?
Hmm.
They'll just be writing letters. Daddy, you are this. Daddy, you are that. Just at times I don't even know. I don't know how I even do these things. But that webinar really taught me how to connect with my boys and my girls.
Hmm.
Connecting with boys is completely different with connecting with girls.
Hmm.
It's a two different thing. The way you talk to boys is not the same way you connect with the girls. So that webinar humbled me and brought me down and made me to understand that I have to listen to them for everything they say, no matter how foolish those things may be. In foolishness, at times there is wisdom. When children are talking,
Yeah.
and from that connect to correct, I discovered that some things I tell them, they will even behave as if they are not listening. But by the time you start driving them out in a car, you see them telling you the things you've told them like 3 days ago. I'll say, wow, so these guys are listening.
Hmm.
Ew. let's continue. So for
Yeah.
the third one was what
Hmm.
I mentioned earlier. That one, the shock is still in my nerves. That induction webinar. On a serious note, I learned a lot of things in that webinar. How to humble yourself. Don't rush to act before the main action is starting.
Hmm.
Calm down, calm down. If you don't calm down, you won't get it. And once you miss it, That is it. That induction webinar is one of the webinar that really made me to accept your voice into my head. Oh, I'll not lie. If not, I kept blocking you. I kept, even when my wife was playing this, I would be blocking you. But it was not blocking. But after, I'm telling you, the moment,
The blocking was not blocking.
it was not blocking until that day, the following day, in the morning. I was the person that took the digital, the soft copy of the journal you sent, where we document our daily task.
Hmm.
I brought it out and said, my wife was just looking at me. He was just looking at me. But in all, coach, TIP is a place to be. Be you in blended family, be you in a normal monogamy family, or what kind of family you are, TIP is a place to be. You will
Yes.
learn a lot. You will learn guides on how to take care of your children. And I will not, in fact, let me just give you one thing that this webinar has helped. Although my wife used to tell me that I should stop playing it in the car when I'm with the children. But you know that the one you talked about leadership, my
Mhm.
boy, Simeon, that I've been having challenge with. As I will tell you now, as at the day before yesterday, Simeon, as at on Thursday, Simeon was made the assistant band leader.
Hmm.
He's having challenges to read at a point. But TIP has helped us, and the webinars we have attended has helped us to adapt some strategy where Simeon cannot read. Our first son, he can read, although he's still struggling with writing, but he has really improved.
Hmm.
At times in the car, deliberately, I'll just ask them, I use your strategy. I'll just say, okay, Simeon, today you are doing the car talk. We used to have car talk every morning. You
Hmm.
take over, do the car talk this morning. To my surprise, the kind of things he's saying, man, TIV is a place to be.
Amazing, amazing.
It's
Remy,
a
are
place
you there? Are you there? If you're
Yes,
here,
yes, coach. I'm
coach,
here.
yes.
My office just got opened.
Okay.
So I just came in.
Stepped in. All right. So share with us, what will be those three webinars for you? There's something Mr. Sylvester Ogaji just said. Did you pick it? Car talk. See, the others
Yes.
have insight. The others have insight. You think I'm the only one that have insight? You shocked. The others have insight. Full of it. Full of it. Maybe we have gotten one. Car talk. Ngwanu, when me over to you.
Coach, webinar. It's always difficult now to choose one or to
Hmm.
choose three because I kid you not, every one of them have transformed my life. The first one was that induction webinar. Me, I have not recovered yet. And then shortly after, we now did, I now found out about honor.
Hmm.
Customer service brought to the home. Hey, honor as a skill blew me up. It turned me into something I've always wanted to be.
Hmm.
You see me outside, people will say, oh, she's calm, she's this, oh, she's very calculated, oh, no, this, that. But when it comes to the children, I'm like, yes, it's my right. I'm their mother. They have to
Hmm.
listen. They just have to listen. I cannot come and be, and we Yorubas, we have this mentality that they have sold to us that when you praise a child, it gets into their head and then they'll start misbehaving.
Hmm.
Hey, that was the lie they told our generation. Because the generation that me and my husband is raising believes that you need to affirm them, you need to praise them. It is in that praising that they draw strength and do things. And so I'll be like, if I buy this, you will break it finish. I went to all my casseroles I was keeping up. Like you said, go and bring that down. I brought it down. I said, don't worry, break it finish. We'll buy another one.
mm,
Break it finish, we'll buy another one. And all these things are things that we know it is good. But you now come and say, because this is how they did it in our time. Children does not used to talk when adults is talking. Who told you that? Who told you that? So even when you are talking nonsense, they should just listen to you and just comply. Like how? It's not it. It's not it at all. So that honor has a skill. I just jelly. Before it was only my husband I used to do. I do his own separate, separate, separate. Don't touch my husband's plates in the house. You are looking for my trouble. His dinner wares, don't even touch it. You are in trouble. The children know, say they say, we say we will get married. So wait for your time, there's a time for everybody. But then I now brought it out to my children, and everybody was like, this one that mommy is doing this is like something is happening. I said, nothing is happening. This is new mommy. New mommy has come. But that they used to say, for you to just be dancing, there's somebody drumming. It is TIP that
mm,
was drumming under. It
mm,
was doing the drumming under for me, and I'm able to dance very well. And after the honor, we now came to time management. Hey, when I heard you say the story of how governor told you that you are just on the phone every day, you're wasting away your life. And you're like, boy, is my mother I'm talking to? And he said, yes, you're wasting away your life. I was like, okay, wait, let me calm down and listen to what she did. Because if my husband had told me that, we'll have it though. How can it's not possible? How can you tell me no that I'm wasting my life talking to my mother? It's not done. Hey. But then you led us to understand that there's time allotted for each and everything you do. And I said, so this is the angle he's coming from. Oh, yeah, no problem. Good myself. Me, I'm an orphan. I don't become orphan. I don't get father, I don't get mother. So, no, no plenty. Every other person, their discussions can be shrinked. Their discussions can be shrinked. I went all the group, Telegram, WhatsApp, Facebook, the clustered. I started allotting my time per
mm,
day.
mm,
Before now, when I was younger, I used to diary. I used to write diary
mm,
daily until one day, one person beat it out of my life. One of my aunties just came and then she called me. And I was actually writing something in my diary that day. And I'm coming, ma. I just need to quickly finish what I'm writing. Hey, she tore my diary.
wow,
She beat the living day
wow,
out of me. That day, I stopped anything called diary or journaling.
mm,
And when we came to TIP, you will say journal, journal, even our daily journal that you have to document, excuse me, that you have to document. It became a problem for me because I'm not like, hey, What am I writing? I can have it in my head. I know what I did. We did this
Mm,
tax this day. Yes, we
mm,
did it.
mm,
Because it has already been taken out of me.
mm,
But TIP brought it back. I can confidently now sit down and schedule my time. I can now write my journals. When you spoke about gratitude journal, I was like, how can one be writing thank you down every day? Thank you for what? Thank you for what? I didn't even know how to sell it to our children. And then, but then I just went ahead and got it for them. And then I came back and re-listened.
mm.
Because the inner circle webinar, you cannot listen once.
Sure, no,
It's
no.
not done. You cannot listen once. When you listen, you will not, you just listen. You now go back and study the webinar. When you study finish, you now understudy. It is at the point of understudy
Mm,
that the light will start popping. It
Of
will start
course.
popping out. The light will just start shining, and then you will start grabbing it. So I went back and I said, oh, wow. So I took my children on it. I said, this is how we'll do it. This is how we'll do it. And we started. Now I can journal. I can plan my time. Although I'm still a work in progress when it comes to time, but it has really, really improved. Okay, before now, you can tell me that I can tell you that I'm coming, like I said earlier, by 10. Expect me around 1. Ehen. But what Inaseku did to me now is that if I tell you I'm coming by 10, they expect me by 10:30, sincerely. 30 minutes,
that's amazing
you know.
improvement.
But but I know that I'm still going there. I'll
Mm,
still get when I tell you 10, then it's 10.
mm,
But then I
mm,
now also got one thing in that time management webinar, that anything you don't time, you leave to chance.
mm,
It seems as if I never heard that word before.
mm,
I used to know time is the currency for destiny.
mm,
But when you do not plan that time, how do you want to successfully succeed in
mm,
your destiny? How? It is not possible. You just be going every day, just going, not doing. You will say, I will do. That is how procrastination will set in, and then you forget. But have been able to identify, and I'm really, 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 really improving in that time management thing.
Angel, please don't forget to back to school. Sorry, coach.
The back to
I'm
school,
keeping the
the back
testimony
to
with
school
Daniel.
webinar.
ah,
Hey, when I listened to back to school last year, that I was
mm,
not in inner circle, it did not make sense.
mm,
This year, it's it's made a whole lot of sense. My children's teachers are like, Madam, did you come for us this term? I say, yes, so I came for you people this term. See, as soon as I collect my children, I don't collect me too, I be
and
students.
so,
We are, stud- we are studying together. We are studying together. We are
mm,
studying together. And this session, you mentioned that, I don't know, one you mentioned that every Friday you used to have a feedback from all the teachers. I was like, I'm not as busy as this woman. If she can do it, who am I?
Of
That is
course.
just it, though. Who am I? So even if I cannot go there, hello, Mama,
yes.
please, how did we do this week?
Mm-hmm.
How did we do this week? It's a whole lot of improvement. And you know what? You need to see our baby toddler.
Mm,
He is the result of our TIP.
TIP. Yes.
mm,
The other ones, we did not start early.
Hmm.
mm.
He's just going to be 3 next month. But if he engages you in
Wow.
conversation, you will tire and run. No.
Mm,
He will even be telling you, Michael's talking to you,
Mm,
don't shout. Michael's talking to you, don't go away. Sit down, listen to Michael.
Mm,
Like his confidence is to the topmost.
mm,
So when people look at us and they see us, they are like, what is really happening, Seth? Where did these people getting all this thing from? Sometimes when I even talk in my office, they are looking at me like, am I not in this planet?
mm,
And I'm like, well, I have an iron knowledge.
mm,
Like I said, something that is drumming for me. They
mm,
don't know it is
mm,
CIP.
mm,
You understand? And over all through the webinars, I cannot even say enough. And then the peace as a skill.
mm,
Me, I just know that okay, just have peace with everybody now. That's all. Ashe, it has to be taught intentionally. Ah, hey, coach. I
mm,
never knew that it has to be taught intentionally. When we say yes, we are peaceful, we are calm, we are cool, we are peaceful. But that is not what peace is actually.
mm,
Peace, you have to be able to do peace, sleep peace, talk peace, and in calmness, no violence, no gara gara. And then you say you are peaceful. And then that was just to mention, like you said, because all of them, they are in categories, like the financial management. That
thank you
one
so
got to my husband like this. He screwed in. Like,
And who else is listening to the Ogaji? I am excited. In fact, maybe he's talking. I'm like, the others can give you vibes. In fact, she's speaking, and there's so much to pick from her conversation. We have 110 people watching live. So much to pick from what Bemi is sharing. So much to pick from what Sylvester has shared. And the TIP journey just transforms you. And I love
yes,
how Bemi is so real with her transformational journey. So the transformation is not automatic. We're not telling you, so you
at
have come
all.
here, we're not perfect. Anything you now say, we now carry on. But we are able to say, this is where we used to be. This is where we are. It's so exciting listening to this couple. For me, there's just so much. It is the way that, when they take a particular lesson and they are able to actually transform the process and use it. She said something. She said, I listened to back to school. We realized that, okay, coach is saying we are able to go there every Friday. The day I cannot go, I can do something. I have technology at my hands, and that means I can make use of it. And she said something about the webinars. She said, when you listen, then you go and study, and then you go and understudy. That was a pointer for me. If you're wondering what we're sharing here, we are talking about the TIP annual inner circle program that gets you from point A to point Z, you know, over the years. And we're going to take the last, question so that we can round off and also get Mr. Ogaji back to his search station and also get Bemi back to work. We're just going to share about the book. What would be that book that you read in the inner circle that transformed you? Just one book in 1 minute. Over to you.
can you hear me,
Mr.
man?
All right, yes, we can hear you, sir. Go
Okay.
ahead.
yes.
So, um, your book that you wrote, I'll always keep hammering on it, which is the foundation of being an intentional parent, which is connect to correct. That book is a
Correct.
book that I said earlier that I don't play with. That book taught me a lot of things that you yourself have to work on yourself and then learn how to connect with your children
Mm,
for you to make them or allow them to achieve what they want to achieve. That book taught me wisdom,
mm.
connect to correct. And I've read other books, and but that one was so just it showed me, how will I put it? I like the ingredient. Let me just say the foundation. It showed me the foundation on how to really get into them. And I keep applying the things I learned in that book. And one of them with my daughter, which I noticed as at last week, of snubbing me, her main guy, she's snubbing me. So when I apply the principles from that book, you see her on her own, you'll be the person coming back and start eating me, daddy alpha, daddy alpha. I'll just laugh. I'll tap my wife and say, see, she's back. She will have to come back. She doesn't want. So Connect to Correct is a book that was very interesting to me. And that of
Amazing.
the other one by Tim, I've forgotten his name, but it has to
Tim
do with
Lahaye.
temperament. Yes,
Yes.
I learned a lot from that. When we read that book, we are just analyzing our ourselves in the house. In fact, those children, we never knew that they were even reading the book. When we keep the book, they go and carry it and be reading. They'll tell you, daddy, you are this, daddy, you are that. You like going to occasion 5 minutes or 10 minutes before they start. You don't like speeding. You don't, oh no, all those character. And it's excellent. And I want to say thank you, coach. I want to say thank you to the TIP family for this wonderful opportunity to be part of it. Thank you, coach.
Thank you so much. In fact, when we read Connect to Correct, the Ogajis read Connect to Correct. I said it was Connect to Correct. They were peppering us with us. I have videos of how they used to read Connect in their bedroom. This couple, I don't know what they were doing with Connect to Correct. I will stop there. Let me over to you. They were applying Connect to Correct in their marriage. But I will
Oh
stop there.
yes. Let
Maybe
me
what
pick
was
it from
the
coach.
best? Go ahead.
You know, you can be in a relationship and you are not even connected and you're
Hmm.
not even aware. So when you read Connect to Correct, it's not only for your children, it's for you, for yourself.
Hmm.
Like
Hmm.
the our usual mantra, parenting is about you.
You.
When we were reading it, I told my husband, we started from the sitting room actually. I said, baby,
You now
see,
enter the
this
bedroom
thing,
with it.
yes, this thing is not connecting
No.
well. Let's connect it in the room.
Well done.
And it was sinking well, you know, very
I
well when
know.
we
It
entered.
has to sink well now. It will sink well.
It was sinking well. But then it has helped us
Hmm.
to be able to connect properly. Not only with my children and my husband now, even in my workplace.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
able to connect properly with my
Hmm.
colleagues. You
Hmm.
understand? I am able to do this negotiation of win-win. Nobody is hurt. When you read that book, it's one book. In fact, when I was reading it, a lot of people saw it and they wanted it. I gave it to
I
them.
For me, I even said this small book. Why coach go write this kind of small book? That was what I said.
As in, the book was too small. That was it. But when you read it, you will go back and read it again. The
Yeah.
book is loaded than the size. It's bigger than the size. The size is like this, but the book is like this.
I'm telling you.
Honestly. And you know, somebody was reading the book in my office recently and told me that, oh, I'm just trying to see the things, some things you used to say is actually inside this book. Oh. I said, oh, yeah. And I took my time to explain TIP to the person that day. What are we saying here? If we don't connect with anybody, then what are you living for now? Because the heart that we are in today, we need men. We have been blessed with the gift of men. So it depends on how you intentionally build your relationship to assess them. And how can you do that without connecting properly? It is in the connect that the honor is.
Yeah.
It is in the connect that the peace is. It is in the connect that everything is embedded in. And then when we finish reading that, we now read from yelling to calm. Hey, that one is what brought my husband from that level 6. He brought it to level 4.
Don't worry, I'll soon get to level 0. Very soon.
No, but it's a progress. We have
Yes.
really improved. I also used to yell, although mine is not as pronounced as my husband's own. But that book humbled us. Like, okay, the yelling book told me that this is me living out what our parents did to us. Again, it is trauma. I forgot to mention that webinar, Healing from Childhood Trauma. Coach,
Ah, ah.
coach, that's webinar. Do you know that I had not known up to that day that I have been traumatized with the death of my mother? She literally breathed her last on my hands.
Oh.
She breathed her last on my hands. And all these years, over 25 years now, I never knew that the trauma was in me until that day. God bless Coach
Ben.
Ben. God bless him. I was like, wow. So I started yelling because I know my mother. She can shout for Africa. She can shout for Africa. So I saw myself replicating the same thing in my own parenting journey. And this is me that will say, when I get married, I will not be shouting like my mommy. But is it just by saying it? You need to go and search for higher knowledge to be able to do it. And that is what CIP did for me. The higher knowledge that it gave to us. Then another book that got to me was this book, Bringing Up Boys and Girls. Let me combine those two. It is in the books I really got to understand that it's never the same with a boy child and a girl child. It's never the same. And if you don't know, you don't know. So it's not even as if it's a parent, it's a curse. It's not a curse. It's not a witch. It's nothing. It's just because you lack the knowledge, and that is just it. And you don't know that you lack the knowledge.
All right, I think we have lost Wemi, but we are on the last lap of this conversation, and we had Mr. and Mrs. Ogaji. All right, so Mr. Sylvester Ogaji and Wemi Ogaji. All right, Wemi, are you back? Go
Yes,
ahead,
ma'am.
please. Yes, we're
So,
beginning to wrap.
so those book has also helped. And then
Amazing.
the last one we read last month, Resolving Sibling Rivalries. In fact, Coach, that book really taught me a lot with my siblings, my own personal siblings now. I saw how, by chance, our mother replicated and improved on the sibling rivalry. She encouraged it that made us as loggerheads today. So we are trying to now intentionally balance it now. So if we don't know, you can't do better.
Amazing.
TIP has transformed my life. TIP
Amazing.
has I used to be coach what you call a book collector. When I go to the bookshop,
You just
I
buy
will
them.
see a book. I'll buy. I'll buy them. I'll keep them on my shelf.
You
While
just
I
love
was
to.
growing up, like I said, my dad is a mathematician and a statistician. I just love to read. So we have a library, and I know how to carry and collect books. I just collect. But how many of those books have I actually read?
Mm,
Omo, in the last how many months I have read?
mm,
I have read books, not only inner circle books. All the ones I had in my shelf that have been there for years, I have brought them down. I have
amazing.
read them. Have been able to gain wisdom from them. Have
Mm,
been able to do things differently
yes.
on my own personal life. I thought I
Mm,
was in it for my children,
mm,
but no, I was there for myself. I got to know how to redo a lot of things with my life. I got to know how to be able to pursue something and see it and finish it. I will
mm,
start. When I get tired, I'll just drop it. That was me before in a second. But now I can start and I can
mm.
finish.
Amazing.
It's been
Amazing.
wonderful, coach. It's been
Amazing.
wonderful. I can go on and on. My
Be
husband had to
very
go to work.
obvious. I have enjoyed listening to the Ogaji this morning. That's how they are. So even in their crisis, you're able to listen to them and get excited. Honestly speaking, that was the first thing that I picked up from them, meeting them physically. Thank you so much this morning from coming this morning. In the inner circle, you get the finisher's anointing. It's not just the starter's anointing.
Honestly, at
You
all.
contact the finisher's anointing. That's one of the things that
Yes,
you contact. The finishers that you will finish. Oh, you cannot start, you will finish. You will
it's a
finish.
must.
Thank you so much, Wemi, for being here this morning. And shout
Thank you
out to
so much,
Mr.
man.
Ogaji. Mr. Ogaji has had to go to take over
Yes,
duty. Of course, we
yes.
know that you can see his uniform. We have a lot of uniform people in the inner circle. Powerful men,
I'm also a
powerful.
uniform. person.
Yes, I also know that Wemi is also a uniform person. I wonder why she's not in uniform today. Sorry for another day. Thank you so
Yes.
much joining us this morning. Thank you so much for your time. I just want you
Thank
to
you.
share in 1 minute. What will you say to people who are looking out there wondering, should I join? Should I not join? Why do I need to pay to be in this, system? Last words in 1 minute. Over to you. Okay, I think we have lost Wemi a while. And if you're listening to me, this is my intentional parenting journey. My intentional parenting journey happens every morning at 8 o'clock. And from now till November, these are parents sharing their journey about inner circle. Today, we had Mr. and Mrs. Ogaji share their journey. This is a family called a blended family. All right. Mr. Ogaji was a widower when he met Wemi, who was a single mom. They got married, blended into the system, and boom, they are raising 6 children together. Of course, with all the challenges that they've had, the inner circle has been able to give them a template to work out their whole system, and they've shared their journey. There's a lot to pick out from them this morning. There's so much that I particularly learned, I particularly picked. All right. And one of the most powerful statements I heard today is don't let people sell their fears and leave their trauma through you. Because many of the times, that is what happens. All right. And we're on the last lap of this conversation where Bemi is going to share with us why you need to be in this resting place. The Ogajis have called the inner circle a resting place. And honestly, that is what it is. All right. I think Bemi is having a bit of a network challenge, and I'm sure she's going to be returning here in no time. All right. We're going to run in few minutes and we're out of your face. All right. But we're returning to the emotions challenge. Remember, Mr. Ogaji said something. My emotions have been all over the place. I've not been able to manage it. I don't even know what that is and all of that. Come and learn how to manage your emotions. We're going to go live at 11, 10 o'clock, all right, for that session. Okay. But we are here. Okay. Bemi is
Okay.
back. So Bemi should share with us
Can you hear me,
what's,
ma'am?
yes, I
Yes.
can hear you loud and clear. What is that thing that you want to
Okay,
share
ma'am.
to the people listening to us in 1 minute, sharing why they need to be in the academy?
Hmm. Thank you, ma'am. Well, why do you need to be here? Just come. You will understand when you are inside. Don't don't drag much. Don't even expect anything. No. Let me warn you ahead. You are waiting. Just don't just come. Just don't have any expectations. Just come. When you come, it will sit on you. You will receive all the anointing. You will catch fire. You will stand up. You will jump. You will run. That
Mm,
is inner circle. You will run.
mm,
You will be put on your toes. You will
mm,
run.
mm.
Because the accountability system in TIP is top notch. You'll be dragged. You cannot even hide. So just come. Oh. And you know that we need a community
Yeah.
to be able to parent well.
Mm,
So if I am here, I am doing this. My children will meet your children. But
mm,
how will they react to each other? We
mm,
want a situation where they are able to interact better
mm,
with knowledge. I once heard coach say something that my children is not going to marry just anybody. And coach, you are not only on that lane. No. You see that our launching plan book. My children, if you will marry my children, you must understand though. If you are
mm,
not learning from the same place, you cannot.
mm.
Because I'm not going to raise a queen and a king, and then you just come with your
Your
toggery
slave.
life, your slavery, and then come and do what with my own kings and queens. It
Mm,
is not
mm,
done.
mm,
We
mm,
have a
mm.
lot of irresponsible men in our generation because they were not taught.
Mhm.
They were not taught. So I would not finish teaching my own, and then you now say that my your own daughter that was not taught should come and be managing. My own son should now come and be managing, or my daughter should now go and be managing. The day I was telling my daughter, I said, "Come, see, in this house we are going to do purposeful dating, and you know both of them belong to Auntie Tima. I don't dash her, take." Auntie
Mm,
Tima is a girls' coach. I
mm,
don't dash them out to each other. I said, but see, any guy, when you do that purposeful first outing, you know, I will give you questions. You will go and ask. It's not just to go and eat chicken. You have been
yeah.
eating chicken in your father's house. You have
Yeah.
been eating rice in your father's house. It's not just to go and eat rice and chicken or Chinese food. Mbano. No,
Mm,
it will not work.
mm,
You must
mm,
talk. Oh.
mm,
Part of the talk, you must be able to discern that this
mm.
one is a priest
That's
oh,
it.
that can.
That's
You
it.
will not come and be doing
That's
prayer
it.
warrior. If you do
That's
prayer warrior now for your own personal journey with Christ,
mm, mm,
you
mm,
will not
mm,
come and be doing prayer warrior for a guy that has
mm,
not been taught how to lead
mm,
and be a
mm,
priest in his own.
mm.
You know,
Child,
so they are not. It's not even. That is what you get to know when you enter inner circle. Just come.
amazing, amazing,
Just come.
amazing,
And if you are
amazing.
thinking that oh, just collect my money, Jerry. What is that? That money itself is too big. Don't worry. We are waiting. We are plenty that can refund you your money after 3 months. No, 3 months is too far. By
Mm,
December 31st, by December 31st, last year, Christmas, my children gave us a feedback and said in their lives,
mm.
they have never experienced Christmas the way we did.
Wow.
I am talking of a 20-year-old, a 14-year, a 9-year, a 7-year, a 5-year, and a 2-year-old. They said they have never experienced it. How did it change all of a sudden? Come and enter inside inner circle. You will understand. You will
Thank you
understand.
so much. Thank you, thank you,
Thank you,
thank
ma'am.
you. Just come and enter. You will understand. Don't
You
come
will
with this.
understand.
Just come.
No, no, no.
Just
If you have
come.
feathers, pluck it
It's just come.
before December 1st.
Yes.
Take
Prune,
them
prune.
out. Prune, prune. Just be bare. Just come bare like
Just
this.
come.
Just bare. Don't,
I
so that
am.
you will not be disappointed though. Me, I am warning you now. Those on the waiting list, you are in for shocker. Don't worry. December 1st, please don't come with any expectation, but just come with a lot of absorbers, so that you will not fall down from your chair. You
Amazing,
understand?
amazing,
Just come.
amazing. Thank you so much, baby, for joining us this morning. And
Thank you,
shout out
mom.
to Mr. Sylvester Ogaji. You know
Yes,
that
he's
the
having.
inner circle fathers are a delight to me. They are my own people. If you do something to them, when he has experienced me on that level, you do something and I'm attached.
Yes.
Seriously, oh, I can actually, I don't know when I do it. I had to actually step back and say, hey, baby, what were you saying? Come, let me understand what you're saying. Then now, thank you so much for being here.
Yes.
I love you
Thank you,
guys. I
mom.
love you guys. Thank
We
you so
love
much
you too. We
for
love you too. Thank you
yeah,
so much, ma'am. Thank
thank
you
you for
so
the
much
time.
for taking this call. You are a blessing to this generation. We honor
Yes,
you. We
yes,
celebrate you. And our love to the governor.
yes, he will hear. And thank you so much. I'm going to let Benny go so that they can go
Thank
back
you
to
so
their
much.
station. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. It is my intentional parenting journey. We had over 110 people watching live at a time this morning. Amazing. The Ogajis have an amazing journey. The Ogajis, in fact, they will blow your mind when you sit down with them and they're just having conversations. You just see sweetness. You just see, you just see connection. You just see that thing that just makes you excited. All right, and that's one of the things that I love about the both of them. Amazing people, amazing couple. I call them, they are one of the couples that I just look at them and I just smile. And Benny is one of the people in the Popping Wives Association of the Inner Circle. They just pop. These women just come into the inner circle and they are like, duh, our husbands are taking over, kind of thing. And they're just, like, you're reading book, okay. They will read and will come and explain to us. These people, when we sit down on the bed and they are reading for her, I've never seen such a thing before. But what can I say? All right, oh, but then that's what Inner Circle does. All right. If you're wondering what the Inner Circle program is about, it's a 1 year purposeful, well-crafted system that holds you accountable to everything that you're doing on your parenting journey. Beyond parenting, it is a place where your whole, self-development takes a new turn, a whole new turn, because you are able to see the transformation in real times. It's 100,000 naira per year if you're registering as a single person, and 170,000 per year if you're registering as a couple. Trust me, the self-development that happens in the inner circle, it's a joke compared to what it is that you're paying. What you're paying is the things you learn. You're going to wonder what happened to you in the next 1 year. I assure you, I know that I know that I know. All right. And then shout out to the Yadas in Uyo. I want to say a special thank you to you, Yadas. I went to Uyo for a carnival. From the time I stepped out of the plane to the time that I stepped back into the plane, I was on a popping stage. At some point, I had to ask them, I said, you know what? If you give me this relaxed mood a lot, what you have brought me to do, I might not be able to do it. It's work I came to do. Don't give me a holiday. They say, Coach, you are here on a holiday and we're going to spoil you. I want to say thank you to you guys. I was thoroughly spoiled, thoroughly enjoyed myself. And I look forward to being back to New York every time, every day, and every minute. In fact, from where it is that I stayed, in fact, I slept on the bed. I didn't want to wake up. Yeah, you can imagine that. That's how relaxing it was. And I look forward to being in with you in Port Harcourt. We're going to share details over this weekend. I'm going to be teaching in a Baptist church over the weekend in Port Harcourt. So I am stepping into the city of Port Harcourt on Friday. I am going to pop as usual with the Yadas in the Port Harcourt and just connect and just have fun. But most importantly, you join me on Sunday where I'm going to be teaching on parenting on the altar. I look forward really to being there. All right. Even if you're a new Yada, come, let's meet. It's going to be fun. But don't forget that the slots in the inner circle is almost all gone. Don't be out of the ark. Don't be out of the resting place. Book your slots today. All right. Book your slots today so that you will be here. All right. So that you will be part of it. I just got a message that Mr. Ogaji wants to come live to come and share last words with us. Okay, we're waiting for it. All right, just in 1 minute. All right, so that it's all complete. Mr. Ogaji, we will leave that opportunity. See Mr. Sylvester Ogaji. Thank you so much for that, and thank you, Coach Omolola. He said you're the president of Poppy Wives and Baby Girl Association. Yes, and we are leading the team. But I think Dr. Happiness in Sweke should actually be the chairman. That woman is lounging. I can't even say half of it. Professor Chris Sweke, I give it to you, Mr. Sylvester. And we even have Mr. Joseph Ajo. In fact, these men are they're on another level. I'm going to leave that conversation. But I cannot see Mr. Sylvester Ogaji. I can't see him in the stream. So if we can't see him in the next 1 minute, we're going to take out the stream so that we would run and also let people run for the day and also get into the emotions challenge. Remember that the emotions challenge, you can always catch replay so that you can take your time and assimilate it. Thank you again for joining me this morning. I look forward to having you again tomorrow morning at 8, where we're going to be sharing this journey with you. All right, Bemi, all right, I can't see Mr. Sylvester. I do not think that he was able to log in. All right, Bemi, I can't see Mr. Sylvester. I don't think he was able to log in, right? Oh, his network. He says that his network is not letting him. Oh, so sorry about that, sir. We apologize. We know what know what is in your mind, and I wish that he could come and speak to fathers, but it's fine. I'm sure that we also get him to share that. They have a whole video of testimonial that we'll also share on our YouTube channel, so that you'll just take a look at it. Thank you so much for joining me this morning, and do have a blessed day. I look forward to being your coach, which is one of the most exciting things that I do on earth. Thank you for having me, and have a good day today. See you at 10 for those of us who are in the academy for the emotions challenge.